They lied to you. They said that to succeed in life, you have to shout, show up, and prove your worth all the time. But the truth is something else entirely, and few have the courage to say it. Those who truly find prosperity, balance, and financial freedom don't make noise. They become silent. While many lose themselves in the noise of comparison, hurry, and external opinions, those who truly change their lives find in silence the compass that points inward. That's where the real answers live, deep within the soul. Have you noticed that the clearest moments come when everything around you goes quiet? Ever felt like you're trying to fill a void with more distractions, more rushing, more voices? What if the solution wasn't doing more, but doing less? What if the peace you're searching for isn't in the next goal, the next paycheck, or the next achievement, but in the ability to hear what the world never taught you, your own self? This video isn't for everyone. It's for those tired of running in circles. For those who've realized that without inner peace, even success feels heavy. And real power? It's not in always talking. It's in knowing how to be silent at the right time. If you're ready to find clarity, focus, and wisdom in places no one else is looking, you're exactly where you need to be. You know those moments when everything feels loud and the urge to react is almost irresistible? That's where the true power of silence begins. Most people still don't get that silence isn't about weakness, it's often an act of bravery. Silence can be as powerful as a sharp word. It shows self-control, presence, even emotional elegance. The person who chooses silence isn't running from conflict, they're choosing the right battle. In a world where everyone wants to talk, those who master silence stand out. And that, my friend, is a solid step toward financial freedom, prosperity, and self-mastery. When someone attacks you verbally, they want a reaction. But the one who remains calm and silent disarms, confuses, and breaks the cycle. That's more than maturity, it's strategy. In chess, sometimes the strongest move is not moving at all. Think about it. Someone provokes you at work. If you respond, you might expose yourself. But silence protects, observes, and prepares you for a smarter move. The Stoics call this self-mastery. And that's one of the pillars for those who truly want to change their lives. If this is already making sense to you, go ahead and like this video right now, drop a comment below sharing your view on silence, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Your engagement strengthens this community and helps this message reach even more people who, like you, Laozi said silence is a source of great strength. And it's no surprise that this truth has survived for centuries. In silence, the mind doesn't just rest, it reorganizes. It's in that state of pause that the answers we keep chasing on the outside finally rise to the surface. When everything settles, clarity appears. And that's where financial freedom truly begins, when you stop running after everything and start moving toward what actually makes sense for your life. When someone offends you, your first instinct might be to fight back, to clap back, to prove you won't back down. But that's exactly what the offender wants. They poke, waiting for your reaction. And when you react, you've entered their game. But if you hold your ground in silence with posture and presence, you not only show maturity, you break the cycle. It takes emotional control, the kind few possess. But those who do, they begin to win in life silently and powerfully. Few people realize that offense only has power if you let it in. The real victory isn't defending yourself, it's choosing not to be affected. Imagine someone throws a stone. It only hits you if you choose to catch it. Choosing not to be offended is an act of personal freedom. And here's the truth, that freedom doesn't come from anyone else, it starts with you. It's a journey from the inside out. And those who master it, they begin winning in life in ways that leave others speechless. There's a huge difference between being silent out of fear and being silent with intention. One is weakness, the other is power. When you choose silence as a conscious response, you're telling yourself, I won't lose myself over this. In that kind of purposeful silence, clarity is born. It doesn't paralyze, it organizes. And people who are emotionally organized move forward with focus and purpose. Because prosperity doesn't go well with mental chaos. Intentional silence protects your energy from those trying to drag you down. It's like an invisible shield. Picture an entrepreneur being criticized for trying something new. He could waste time explaining every step or stay quiet. focus on the plan, and let the results speak. That kind of silence becomes fuel. It's not avoidance. It's choosing where your voice has power. And that, my friend, is wisdom applied to success. Knowing the difference between omission and strategy is a game changer. Omission is when someone avoids responsibility out of fear. Intentional silence is when you take a stand even without words. A steady gaze, a calm posture, a silent decision. It communicates more than most speeches. Those who master this start walking paths paved in respect. And where there's respect, there are always new doors opening. This kind of silent positioning changes how people perceive you. People who talk too much, complain too much, explain too much, project insecurity. But those who practice intentional silence project confidence. And confidence builds trust. Trust leads to relationships, deals, partnerships. And all of that? It starts with one small but powerful act: choosing silence. A quiet step toward real financial freedom. And if this content is helping you already, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this message. Let's grow together in silence, with wisdom, and with results. In a world where everyone wants to be heard, those who learn to listen deeply and stay silent wisely naturally stand out. In the workplace, silence becomes a kind of superpower. It allows you to observe deeply, understand the game behind the game, and see who really makes the decisions and how things move. While others fight for attention through words, the quiet ones position themselves with presence. And in that subtle positioning lies the secret of those who prosper without needing to prove anything to anyone. Many people believe they must speak constantly to seem competent. But ironically, the more you talk, the more vulnerable you become. Have you noticed how the most respected leaders are often the ones who speak less but with purpose? That's not a coincidence. It's strategy. They use silence as a filter. They only say what really matters. That verbal economy communicates confidence. And over time, that confidence transforms into opportunity, growth, and yes, money in the bank. Picture a meeting where everyone's giving their opinion. The one who stays quiet, listening attentively, ends up understanding more than everyone. And when they finally speak, they hit the mark. I've seen careers skyrocket simply because someone mastered the timing of silence. Because when you speak less but with intention, each word has impact. And in the marketplace, words with weight bring value. Value that translates to recognition, promotion, and financial freedom. This kind of quiet presence never goes unnoticed. Managers, leaders, clients, they all feel it when someone knows exactly when to speak and when to stay quiet. That silence shows maturity, preparation, and emotional intelligence. And that kind of intelligence is rare and highly valued. If you want to change your life, understanding this silent game can put you miles ahead of the competition. Try this. Instead of trying to stand out by talking more in meetings, be the one who asks the best question. Or the one who listens carefully and delivers the most concise insight at the end. Or maybe the one who executes silently but efficiently. That kind of behavior attracts natural attention. It's the style of someone who doesn't need to show off because their value speaks for itself. Over time, that becomes your personal brand. Silence also protects you from workplace traps, gossip, drama, ego battles. Those who talk too much usually get tangled up. But those who remain wisely silent observe and analyze. And when they speak, they do so with solid reasoning. That's the kind of professional who builds a lasting reputation. And a good reputation today is more valuable than a resume. It opens doors, builds trust, and transforms into prosperity. In the corporate world, noise gets quick attention, but well-placed silence builds long-term authority. And authority brings freedom to negotiate better salaries, choose better opportunities, and shape your own career. That freedom is born from within, from those who've learned not to rush, not to perform, but to grow through substance. That's what real success looks like. And as you continue down this path, you'll start to notice an even deeper kind of silence, the one that happens inside your own mind. And when that clicks, something powerful begins to unfold. When the mind is overloaded, the body gets heavy, thinking gets cloudy, and confusion sets in. And in that confusion, decisions go sideways, paths look uncertain, and you feel stuck. That's where the quiet power of pause comes in. Silence isn't the absence of action, it's where action gets organized. When you pause in silence, even just for a few minutes, your mind filters out the noise. It clears the mental clutter. And that clarity is essential for anyone who wants to grow with intention, not by impulse. Not every silence is disconnection. In fact, in many cases, silence is where the deepest connections are made. Ever noticed how a quiet, "I'm here," can say more than 100 words? In relationships, romantic, family, or professional, knowing when to stay silent is an act of love, maturity, and respect. That kind of active, present listening can heal wounds, prevent arguments, and build lasting trust. In today's world of constant alerts, endless comparisons, and non-stop demands, silence has become a luxury. But within that silence lies something most people spend their whole lives chasing: clarity. Self-awareness doesn't happen in noise. It's built in the spaces between thoughts. And when you quiet your inner world, you finally hear your true voice. That's where real change begins. Money is a sensitive topic. And ironically, the more you talk about what you have or what you think you have, the more vulnerable you become. Silence, in this case, becomes intelligent armor. It's not about hiding out of fear. It's about protecting what matters with wisdom. Those who understand the value of financial silence know that true prosperity doesn't need applause. In practice, that means achieving financial freedom without shouting it to the world. That's strength. That's balance. That's maturity. And if you've made it this far, it means this message is resonating with you. So go ahead, like the video, leave a comment below sharing what spoke to you most, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps this message spread and shows that silence has power. Now tell me, how long will you keep letting outside noise control your life? How long will you keep reacting to everything, wasting energy on what doesn't matter, and drifting away from what really does? The inner peace you're searching for won't come from outside, it's born from the silence you choose to practice. Silence that heals, that organizes, that clarifies, and prepares you to make the decisions that truly change your life. How many opportunities have you missed by acting on impulse? How many relationships have slipped through your fingers because you talked too much or failed to really listen? It's time to flip the switch. It's time to use silence as a tool, a strategy, a path. Start small, 5 minutes of silence a day. A pause before you answer. A moment just for yourself before making a financial decision. Small changes lead to massive transformations. And now I want to hear from you. In what area of your life do you feel you need more silence? At work? In relationships? Or inside your own mind? Drop it in the comments and listening. Your story might inspire someone else too. And if this content gave you value, clarity, or that little push you needed, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because here, we keep learning how to build a more prosperous life with wisdom, strategy, and yes, silence.